What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Friday, September 24th, 2021. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Thanks so much for being here with me on this channel. I truly appreciate you for the dailies, the weeklies, everything that you tune into. It means so much to me, and I hope that you've had a good, great, amazing week. Libra season's beautiful, Virgo's beautiful energy. There's a lot of beauty that can be in our lives right now. So we're trying to find out how to justify that beauty in a lot of ways. And that moon's in Taurus here. It's going to oppose Venus and it's with Uranus. So we have this, great exalted moon, but it's like we really have to not only figure out how to manifest in kind of crazy, radical, different ways to get the beauty and to bring the equality into our life. But that's where our capacity is. Like there can be genius in doing things different. It might be like that little change that, kind of sparks something and like sends the electricity into your life today. Also, of course, the opposition to Venus, that's a big deal. I mean, we're in Libra season. The sun's setting. Look at that, -9. The sun sets and we get less light when we come into Libra season, but it's equal right now. It's equal. So it's not just about necessarily our own self. There's so much about other people. So we have to see the deeper value when it comes to relating to other people or the different ways that we can attract in really good energy. And I think that that's where things are at sort of a tug of war in our life. Like we could want our life to look such a particular way, but we're realizing that it has to look differently to relate better or to find more beauty or the aesthetic of life that we're looking for here in Libra season, as we can be weighing, different options out or different things. Mercury's still square Pluto. It's about to station in 2 days, or if you're on the East Coast, it'll be the 27th. But it's intense. So there's this deep mental intensity to relate, to communicate, to really figure out what the direction forward is in our physical plane, in our physical realm, and how to attract that in. That moon's a little stressed. I mean, I'll be honest, like if you look at 15 degrees and Uranus, like 15 degrees would be the midpoint of Jupiter, Saturn. So there is T-square energy to both Jupiter and Saturn, especially by sign, but even by degree and using midpoints. It's a big day of figuring out the future with people. These are our two biggest planets in Aquarius. They met in Aquarius. So there's a lot, of energy about figuring out that people are the gift in our life, but we also have to hold our line of identification of what's going to bring in the best physical sort of existence and how to relate that and how to be open to creating some sense of win-win in our life while still not, not giving up our truth, not giving up what our heart, wants. There's a release over here to Leo, today. So we have to remember the love and, showing that love and having love in our life. And that can be the greatest value and that could bring in the best energy. And we have to be intimate. We have to have conversations and we have to get to the bottom of so many things that we desire. And I think today brings a pressure on that because you're going to feel like you want the best, but you're going to feel like something's just got to give or something's got to take a different direction. And I think it's by realizing, that you can take detours and take different directions in life and maybe get a better result on the journey, without maybe just having to have it all completely understood or figured out, but being willing to see what can come from being present, from being, grounded, and experiencing things and keeping love in our hearts today can be extremely powerful. Two defining energies, Mars and the sun. This is our identification in our heart, our ego. Definitely desires to relate, and it's powerful as they come together, and they're going to, start getting closer and closer this week. And of course, Saturn and Mars are in trine, and that's going to be exact over the next couple days. So there's some really positive energy about dedicating to people and projects and, going in a direction. It's cardinal here with Mars and the sun. So it wants to take action and initiate relating or understanding or justifying how to bring that beauty in. So there's good energy here for conversation, for getting to know people, getting down to the bottom of certain situations, and really, I think justifying what the future of your life can look like and identifying with that and the people that make sense to fit into that without, being, Libra energy, especially with Mars and the Sun here, it can be kind of people pleasing, right? Like just wanting to do what's best for others. And that's great. Like we want to do what's good for others too, but we definitely have to remember our own identification and truth and what's going to bring beauty into our life. And the moon is helping us realize that, but it's bringing up people with Uranus and it's bringing up something different. We have to bring in something different to get there. And it will sextile Neptune as well. So it's somewhat sensitive, but it's very psychic, right? It's very there's a level of compassion, of value, like seeing personal values, yours, another person's, and having compassion if maybe the values don't line up or things don't connect fully, but looking for where it does and moving in that direction and trusting your heart. The sun's starting to trine the north node. That's great energy, and the moon's going to be on that north node with the trine to the sun. So we're coming into some really like powerful starting of changing times and like really looking for the exciting path. And I think today's about like finding the groundedness in the excitement or in the change or in sort of the unknown in many ways. Letting the heart guide you. We can overthink a lot of things. There's a lot of air in the chart. Like we can definitely, especially with Libra season and all this, like we can definitely get caught up in situations like too mental and the mind squaring Pluto, and like we can go into some dark places if we're just in our minds. So we want to be present in the body too, present in our heart. That's going to help us get to the bottom of so many things that, might be the greatest transformation, might be the greatest change of direction to attract in what it is that you really do want to get out of life. So I mean, I don't want to say it's a solid day with Uranus in the mix and all those aspects, but there's something about taking the odd route, taking the route less traveled, listening to your gut, trusting your intuition, and being able to somehow put that out there and communicate it to others or just have that expression or just, be excited for it. There's something about that moving in that direction that can be very beautiful today. As we see the sun, it will come to 2 degrees today, so we're kind of getting those double degree days with the sun. So it's like it's kind of a mixed bag. So we're identifying with a lot about how we want to relate, and then we're really feeling into it. So today, feelings are going to get brought up big, especially coming into the night with the moon sextile Neptune, and the sun coming to 2 degrees. Like we're going to be really feeling into who we want to relate with, and are we ready to be vulnerable to attract in good things? Are we ready to try something different, even if it might be scary? Seeing where it can go and letting that excitement of the present moment get you there. See what the tarot card is today. Hope you had a great week. Hope you have a great weekend as well as we get ready for 7 planets. I like to call Chiron a planet because I think it's so important. But 6 actual planets retrograde. We got the Queen of Wands upright. I love that. It's such a great day to stand firm and strong in your heart and to trust in your heart. And it's kind of where that channel went for this horoscope. Is like our mind can, it's going through things. It's getting ready. It's slowing down. We got to get back into our heart. The heart's catching up with our mind as we get into this retrograde process and this retrograde action, and with Mercury, of course. Let our heart kind of guide the way and be vulnerable and open to that. And switching that gear of like getting out of the mind a little bit and getting back into some of the heart. And I did, mention the release into that Leo energy. So I love this card because there's something so beautiful and freeing about just trusting the heart and not letting your mind weigh out so many different scenarios and getting lost in like the fear of relating or being vulnerable or being in your truth, or the fear of just something new and exciting. Like there's great energy to like just go. Just let it happen. Let things play out as they're meant to play out instead of putting things, having things so controlled. Just have yourself and your ability to feel today take you in the direction, and I bet it brings you a sense of heartfelt. I don't know. I don't want to say like maturity, but just a stableness there. Why'd we get that? Seven of Swords upright. Yeah, the mind can trick us into, almost like just going in a direction that's not necessary, or putting ourselves in like, or in positions in life that get us like feeling like maybe we're not being completely honest, or some trickster energy. So I feel like the mind's trying to trick us from what the heart really wants to hold on to and move into and create from. And that's where, the good energy of today is. So if you have to do something different to let your heart lead the way, maybe that's the main message for this. I love you all so much. Hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you for the weekend forecast mañana. Peace.